looks great. I'm starting right now. Nisha Jackson is here, and this is the Nisha Jackson Show. And Nisha, first of all, you don't want to do a show right now.
I don't want to do a show right now. I am not ready for a show.
Okay, this is our first show, so this is what's good about this is that everybody's learning your because you always come off like you are on top of things, but even Nisha Jackson has bad days.
That's right. Today's one of them.
Well, okay.
Even though it's Mother's Day, today is one of them.
Okay, now you are all over the place. You just got over pneumonia?
I did.
How did somebody what is pneumonia? That sounds like that's like an old person's disease.
Well, okay, so I honestly don't know exactly how I got it, except for I just went on one too many plane rides, right?
Okay.
So I go between the desert and the ocean. So, that's all wonderful and everything, but there was a big climate change. And then I decided that I would race. We have one of those at the ocean. We have one of those razors, those racing vehicles that you can race on the Baja.
Right.
So another guy in town asked if I would race him. And I said, sure, I'll race you. And so we go out, and I have a bandana around my face, right?
Okay.
But that wasn't enough because I was eating dust, and I mean a lot of dust. And so I think I had already started getting sick from the airplane. But then I went on this race, and you wouldn't even believe how well I was driving.
You were doing good.
I was driving well. And this guy's a great driver, too.
Okay.
Anyway, I was right on his tail, but I'm just eating a massive amount of dust right through my bandana, right into my lungs. And then the unthinkable happened. I'm an hour and a half outside of town, no cell service. It's just he and I. He's in one vehicle, I'm in the other, and I hit a boulder and got a flat tire.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I'm going to be honest, I've never changed a tire on one of those racing vehicles, but I did that day.
Yeah.
I now can change a huge tire on a racing vehicle.
Nisha Jackson, she's badass. You're a badass. So how did that get you pneumonia?
Well, I just think between I was starting to get sick and the climate change and then all this dust, and I just got an infection in my lungs. So I got sick.
And that's what pneumonia is, just an infection in your lungs.
That's right.
Okay. How do you get rid of that?
Well, I had to go on antibiotics. I had to go on steroids. I can't stand that stuff. But you know what? You have to do it sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm better. I'm not coughing. I'm not coughing up a lung anymore.
Now, I've been coughing for, it seems like weeks, and every time I start to talk, I cough. Does that mean I have pneumonia?
Well, you're in a very dry climate, so it's possible that you just don't have enough humidification. So you might need a humidifier. You might need to have a humidifier in your office.
Oh, humidification.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You might need a humidifier in your office, like just some more moisture.
That's a good idea. All right. You've got a new book out. And by the way, we're going to be doing, this is going to be a short show. We're just kind of introducing what we're talking about doing. And every week we're going to come out with a new show, which basically we're going to kind of focus on a topic or two. So that'll be very easy for you to go to Nisha's website or YouTube or Facebook or Roku or Apple TV and be able to just kind of go, gosh, pneumonia, I want to learn about that. And you'll be able to easily go to whatever topic, right? That's the idea.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
First of all, what is your website, by the way?
You can go to nishajackson.com. That's N as in no. nishajackson.com, right. Nisha.
All right.
Or you can go,
I've got it right there on the, we've got it right there on the screen too.
Okay, good.
So nishajackson.com, and there you've got books. You've got a brand new book out, which is called Brilliant Burnout.
It's about brilliant women burning out, by kind of burning the candle at both ends. Too many balls in the air. I'm an expert on this, by the way. There are women that feel terrible. They feel like they're on their game for a number of years, and then all of a sudden they just hit the wall. And they're wondering, what happened? Like, what happened? I felt great. I used to be able to juggle a lot of things, and then they wake up one day and they don't feel well.
Right.
Their body hurts. They don't sleep well at night. They hit the wall in the afternoon. They're getting fat around the middle part of their body. They start getting headaches. They start getting hormonal symptoms. Maybe anxiety and depression. So these are all really very much tied to stress. And I wanted to provide a book for women that was like sort of a handbook that they could literally turn to the chapter that they're suffering from, whether it be their low thyroid or their weight issues or possibly their concentration and memory or their quality of sleep. They could turn right to that chapter and figure out what to do, because let's face it, nobody has time to read a bunch of information that is too difficult to sift through. So
is that why you decided to focus on women? Because I don't know, maybe men wouldn't read a book like this, or is it different issues?
It's actually a book that men would enjoy too, because so much of it is applicable to just life in general. Especially when you're talking about the endocrine system, because men and women have the same hormones, just in different ratios, right? Okay. So it's very applicable to men too, but it's written very much to women, because it has to do with just how women think and female hormones and what women can do to try to stay in the game for longer. And I love women, Rusty.
I'm a fan myself.
I love women. And so I think the world needs to have women stay strong and feel good for as long as they're breathing. So I'm very passionate about it. And I think women can keep a lot of balls in the air if they keep the basics going. And this book is about not only getting back to feeling great when you're feeling poor, but it's also about what to do with your body, your brains, and your hormones for the long haul, so that you can feel great at 80. I mean, why wouldn't you want to feel great at 80?
I mean, can you really feel great at 80?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, one of the things that one of the things I can personally attest to, I've known Nisha for years. She was, you were probably 16, 17 at the time when we started, but we've worked together. Now, I don't look very good. See what happens when you move away and don't get to work with Nisha all the time? You look like this.
I think you look great. You look great.
Okay, well, she's being very, very, very kind. But, I know she knows what she's doing because she's helped me, and I know she can help you, and that's why I'm so excited about doing this show. So it's not just going to be about pushing her book. It's going to be talking about all kinds of different topics on a weekly basis, and the more you get to know Nisha, the more you're going to love her, because she really, really knows what she's doing. And I'm excited about this show.
I am too. We got a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about, but you're flying all over the world.
Well, there's a lot of people to take care of.
I mean, so right now you're in Oregon.
I'm in Oregon right now.
Then what do you do?
I'm going to Dallas this week. I'll be in Dallas, and then I'm going to go to a retreat in Costa Rica.
Wow.
And then I'm going to come back to Dallas.
Now you have a clinic in Dallas, right?
Yes,
okay.
We're just opening in Dallas, and then I'm going to come back to Oregon, and I'm going to work Oregon for another week. We have clinics throughout Oregon, and then I'm going to go to Southern California because we've just opened in Southern California.
You have a clinic in Southern California too?
Yes.
What part of that state? What part of Southern California?
In the Palm Springs area.
Okay.
And then we're also opening in Bozeman, Montana, if you can believe that. So wow. I'm going to be jetting over to Bozeman, and
why Bozeman? Why did you choose Bozeman, Montana?
Well, I'm just crazy enough to say yes when people say, I really want to live in Bozeman, Montana. So this wonderful practitioner that I have trained that I think a lot of, she said, I really want to move back to Bozeman. She and her husband are from Bozeman. And then I spent some time looking at Montana. And would you believe this? Montana, the state of Montana, does not have one clinic similar to what we do in the entire state.
Is that right?
So I think it's a good area for us. And I'm going to say it again. I'm passionate about people having access to this type of healthcare that I think is needed. It's preventative. It gets men and women back on track. It balances their hormones. It reduces their body's reaction to stress. I never tell people just reduce your stress and chill out, because that's ridiculous, right? We're not able to do that. We're not able to export our children to another country and go live on the beach happily ever after, right? We have to stay in the game. But how you train your body to manage the stress is really what it's all about. Uh-huh. So I make it really clear with patients that there's nothing more annoying to me than somebody saying, you just need to reduce your stress. I don't like when people say that. I don't like it when medical professionals say, just reduce your stress and sleep some more and eat better.
Why not?
Well, that's too generic.
Okay.
We need specific tools. Men and women need specific tools that they can use to help their body manage the physical, mental, and emotional effects of stress. That's what this book is about. And that's really what my whole mantra is about with the medical clinics, is giving people tools to manage the physical, emotional, and mental symptoms of stress so that your body can withstand it for the long haul. But that means your body has to be equipped to do that.
Okay.
And most people, Rusty, are not living today equipping their body with what they need emotionally, physically, and mentally to be able to withstand the high stress that they're under. And Rusty, stress is a lot of different things. Stress is, just getting up in the morning, not prepared for the day and being overly hurried. It could be that you didn't sleep very well the night before. You were waking up during the night multiple times. It could be that you are eating a diet that is high in sugar and flour. And so your glucose level is going up and down throughout the day, sending off the stress signals. It could be that you're on medication that's causing a hormone deficiency, and just having low testosterone for men can set off the stress signals. It does not equip them well to be able to manage the stress physically and emotionally and mentally. So that's what this is about. And that's what our clinics are about.
Okay. And so we're going to start doing shows, something different each week. We're going to be looking at hormones, bioidentical hormones, testosterone. What are we going to be looking at over the next few months here? The
main things that we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at what is stress, first of all. Okay. Because what is it doing to your body? What's happening with your adrenal glands? And then the second thing we're going to look at is we're going to go into the very specific symptoms of stress and how it affects your thyroid. And this is true for men and women, by the way.
Okay.
And how it affects the sex hormones. So for men, how does it affect their progesterone and testosterone levels? And for women, how is it affecting their estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone levels? And then we're going to go into the brain and how it interacts with the brain balance and all the neurobrain chemicals. We're going to get into diet. We're going to get into stress management, some mind-body stuff, which is really interesting. And we're gonna bump all around on different symptoms and ways to get you feeling great.
All right, and here's what's great: Nisha's not boring, so it's actually going to be interesting and fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So every week we're going to have them. You'll be able to see this podcast, whether it's on Roku or Apple TV, The Range, Facebook, Twitter, on video. You'll also be able to hear the podcast audio version at iTunes and iHeartRadio and Stitcher and Google Play. So you're going to be able to see Nisha Jackson anywhere at any time on any device on demand. So just stick here. And it's exciting.
It is exciting.
All right.
I want to say again, I was not prepared for today. I don't have my lipstick on. My hair's not fixed right. But you know what?
You're awesome.
Thanks for dragging me into this.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is just the initial. This was no prep. Heck, I just noticed my TV back there's not on. So this is just the first. Her hair's not good. My hair's not pretty. So don't worry about it. It's only going to get better than this. So if you thought, well, gosh, this show's pretty good, then gosh, it's good. We're going to go through the roof. So Nisha, we can find you at nishajackson.com.
That's right. You can go to my medical site, peakmedicalclinic.com. That's peak as in we've reached the peak, P-E-A-K, peakmedicalclinic.com, or nishajackson.com, either one.
Okay. All right. I sure appreciate you. Is there a phone number, or just go to the website? That's the easiest way, right?
Yeah, go to the website.
Go to the website. And then, most importantly, the new book is out, too. So let people know that the book, and it's available everywhere, right?
That's right. Brilliant Burnout.
Brilliant Burnout.
Every single woman on the face of the earth, I don't care what your age is, you should be reading this book. It's great information.
Okay. And so a book this good's got to be, what, $50, $100, something like that, right? I mean,
it's dirt cheap.
To save your life, it's nothing. You should be paying $200 for this.
It's the best $17 you'll ever spend.
Okay. Nisha, we're going to see you next week. You're off to where now again now? Okay, so it's Montana, Dallas, Costa Rica. So.
Yep.
All right, Nisha Jackson, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time here on the Nisha Jackson Show, which we don't have a name for yet, but we will next week.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rusty.